Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 114 of Trials and Trebuchets. I'm your Dungeon Master, Luke, and joining me are my players, whose names are as follows.
Hi, I am Player 1, known as Ben, and I play the level 6 gnome wizard, Windsor Wallaby, along with his cuddly little companion, Mr. Wiggles.
Meow! Hi, everyone.
Oh.
It's me, the second player, Carla, and I play the level 6 Tiefling Roguelike Integrity Idleberry. We've been here all night, which been here all day. Sled got us running from side to side.
I never thought I would hear the day that Carla would sing this song, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Hi, I'm Sarah, and I play Mira Marchand, otherwise known as Player 3, the level 6 half-elf bard. Mira can't believe Integrity's a warlock, 3 different people are looking for the witch, not to mention her best friend Ava Redding put a spell on her for no reason. What a day.
And I'm Sam, and I play the level 6 human sorceress, Serenep Cinderman. She doesn't play the game, but she'll bring snacks in periodically and make sure everyone has juice.
Hell yeah.
Are you winning?
A lot's happened recently. A boat fell from the sky. It's just another day in Isithel, honestly.
And last time on Trials and Trebuchets, the students interrogated the ever-charming Ava Redding, the Grung captive. After some magical messaging and careful consideration of Ava, the vegetable seller from the material plane, combined with an activated agreement, a scar on Integrity's hand, a remnant of her and Mira's time on the wharf of the wicked and the woeful, crawling onto the mud-covered captive, it was time to make a decision. A quarter charmed, or 3/4 charmed from a certain point of view, Swim opted to betray their new associate Loud and take their captive witch they identified to be Ferdinand with them, escaping easily from Grungtown without anyone being burnt to appease these bloodthirsty little frogs. We left our students squabbling with a squirming and ensnared Ferdinand on the boardwalk, while Winslow grew them a door into the book world, and they all watched as a small interplanar ship crashed from the sky into Grungtown's pyre. And that's where we are now, everybody.
Whoa, what is that?
A ship! A ship!
It's so big.
What in tarnation is
Where
that?
did that?
A big
Looks up into the
bird!
sky. Where did that even come from?
that
It's a
an eagle?
plane!
What the fuck?
No, I think it's a hawk!
So what the hell are you all...
I suggest we all very hastily leave for whatever
Let's
that
get
is.
on out of here, I guess.
Yep, let's go.
Do I recognize this ship? Like, is it obvious that it's the ship that I know?
Yes. 1000% yes. Mira and Integrity, you recognize that ship. All of you recognize that ship as the one you were on that brought you back to the prime material plane when you were in the spire and all that. And Integrity and Mira, if you recall, you made a very nice agreement.
Yep.
Just a quick little handshake agreement. Mira, you lost the hand, but Integrity, you still have that one. But the agreement, that still stays. An additional reminder is you heard like the creaking of rope and like sails and stuff last time when you had first seen the tied up and muddy Ava Redding, and that's when Integrity's like hand scar went like onto her ankle and like stayed there. So yeah, you can all very easily identify what this ship is.
She has been marked for death.
Guys, hang on. No, this is the elephant person who we agreed to something. So this might have something to do with that.
Yeah, the Ivory masked woman.
Yes.
I don't know if we should leave.
But
Okay,
we
she
gotta go though.
But she helped us, and we made a deal.
Yeah, deals aren't worth that much. Ava Redding, quote. Can I
Yeah.
just say Ferdinand now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, Ferdinand says from on top of Integrity's shoulder, still tied up. And if you recall, the rope is tied to like Integrity's belt. So even if she gets away, she's
I have
still
a
like
question.
tethered.
So I now know
Mira?
that she has charmed me.
Yeah.
Does that like actually get rid of the effects of the charming? Like how exactly does this work?
Yeah, she had dropped the spell.
Okay, cool.
And so yeah, she'll see that and kind of like, yeah, agreements aren't worth that much.
No one asked you.
Oh.
Okay, can I let you go now? Are you back to yourself?
Yes, I am so sorry. I am so embarrassed. Oh my god, I am so sorry.
That's okay.
I'm cringing. I am cringing.
I let her go.
I am slowly
Okay.
sinking into the mud right
Cool,
now.
thanks.
Yeah, Winslow's down 12 feet below you all in the marsh itself. The door, I think, is almost entirely complete there, Winsler. Maybe just a couple of moments more, and you'll be golden
Cool.
and set to
Cool.
go.
Okay, so let's go through the people who want Ferdinand. There's Celty.
She's
There's
on
Loud.
Integrity's shoulder, and as you list people, she's nodding along.
So Celty, Ivory Masked Woman,
And whoever
All of which we agreed to bring her back to.
and whoever else is on the list that may or may not.
Yeah, there's
know
probably
about.
others.
What did you do to Celty? I'm genuinely curious.
We can talk about that in a moment, can't we? I think there's more pressing issues, such as, and she'll nod towards Grungtown, where the fire has that large bonfire has just grown in size as it now has the added fuel of an entire small ship to burn, and it kind of seems like it's spread a bit as the ship crashed down and splintered into bits, and so it's the fire's spreading amongst Grungtown. You see Grung or you hear Grung screaming at the top of their lungs in fear, just not words, just shrill screams.
Oh no.
Maybe one that's just a really low fire.
Fire.
And I think walking towards you,
Uh-oh.
backlit by fire.
Oh no, not the backlighting.
I think you
Oh, that
might
rules,
see
though.
the silhouette of a very heavily muscled woman, tusks emerging from her face, wearing an ivory mask and with large elephant legs. She has a cool as fuck blue cape on, a half cape.
Oh shit.
And she has a big crossbow and a sword. That
Holy
sword looks
Oh.
the sword looks almost like a cleaver.
Okay, I'm much scared of her than I am of Celty. I'm sorry.
Serenith is gonna look over to Ferdinand and say, "So you don't want to be here right now, is that correct?"
Oh, this is a whole bad thing. We should get the hell out of here.
Well, it's technically only bad for you. So I mean, if we want to get here any faster, you should probably answer our questions.
Oh, I don't think that's true. We can vamoose, yeah.
Vamoose.
The door, Winsler, seems to be complete at this point.
Cool.
And the almost beanstalk door frame digs into the ground. To describe these things, in case you can't imagine them, we've described them in this arc already, but I just want to be very clear about it because it's cute in my mind. It's the Jack and the beanstalk that grows up and just goes up into the clouds. It's like that, except if it went up a couple feet and then drooped over, made a cool archway, and then dug into the ground. It's like that. And then the door just shows up.
Potato door's better.
Pops into existence.
Okay,
Yeah.
everyone. I have
The
a good
interplanar carpenters are yes.
I have a good idea. Now, so we have these three people who wants this one thing.
Mhm.
So we have
I'm
to
a
gather
person.
all of them in one location and
I'm-
fight.
I'm a person.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Fight to
sorry.
the death over her?
And they can decide for themselves on who gets to keep Ferdinand.
Technically, we are delivering
Okay,
Ferdinand to
how do we get
everybody
them?
at once. It's just a question of them deciding who gets them.
Please don't.
Well, if we go through
Well,
that
how do we,
door,
How do we get
I
them here?
point to Ferdinand and I say, my empathy has run out for you already.
well, can someone get Celty?
Winsler,
How do we? Do you have a way of
Yes.
contacting her?
could
with
you
her?
get Celty for us, please?
I mean, she's literally right through this door, and then I just have to go a little bit down a little bit, and then take that door, and then it should be right there. So it may take me 5 minutes.
We can stall for 5
Uh-huh.
minutes, right, guys?
Yeah. I mean, we're not, it's not really stalling. We're just sort of holding a meeting.
Maybe we can
and
talk.
not everyone's here
we can
yet.
talk to the elephant lady for a couple minutes, right? Right? She was nice to us. She helped us. She's not a bad person. She saved us when we were in purgatory.
I'm going in the door.
Okay, Winslow, you pop in
Okay.
the door. Are you gonna leave the door open?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm
And
going
just,
to
like,
yell,
you're
don't
running.
forget the
I'm
popcorn machine.
I'm sprinting.
You're just sprinting
Integrity.
to find that other Isithil
Please, there's other things happening right now, and I point towards the giant fire.
door. Yeah.
Well,
The Ivory
even
Mask-
better. You can pop popcorn on the fire.
Wait a second. Okay, wait a second. If there's already fire to pop the popcorn, why do you need the popcorn machine?
Well, I need somewhere to contain the popcorn.
You're just gonna throw made popcorn into a fire.
Okay. So as you all stand here, a few things happen. One is that the ivory masked woman has begun to approach you all, like walking rapidly down this boardwalk towards all of you, towards the three of you with Ferdinand on Integrity's shoulder. Winsler has gone through the doorway at this point. That is happening. Another thing that's happening is you see a lot of the grung kind of like jumping into the marsh, like the water itself that is like sitting still in the marsh and kind of like swimming at the top, and they raise these reeds that are like tied around their necks up, these blowguns, and begin to like pa-choo, pa-choo! And you can see that they're like shooting little blow darts at the ivory masked woman as she walks.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Fuck.
Bad idea.
They
Bad
roll
idea.
good. She gets paralyzed and knocked into the marsh.
No problem. She drowned. An additional thing, since you all talked for a very long time up here and have given me much time to let things happen, you might see, what are you all doing? Where are you all? How are you all? Are you preparing in any way? Are you just watching what's happening over there and waiting for Winsler to come back?
Serenep has her fork. It's turned into the Triton, and she's just kind of holding it at
Okay.
her side. Like, she doesn't want it
Okay.
to look like that she's... But, like, she wants to be ready just in case.
Okay.
I think I've positioned myself sort of close to where Ferdinand is, just sort of like she tries to break out. There's like another line of defense there.
Okay.
Use her as the
Because
shield.
I'm very unhappy with her now.
Yeah, I think Serenep is kind of standing a couple of feet before them. So, like,
Yeah.
she kind of, like, put herself between the masked woman and the group.
Okay.
I think I don't think I'm not going to be preparing any specific
Yeah, you're holding the hostage.
yeah, just because, like, okay, this ivory masked woman, we've made a deal with her that will help her out some way, shape, or form. So I don't think that I will want or need to fight her. So in my head, I'm not going to prepare any swords or anything.
Okay. Interesting.
An unwise decision.
I didn't say it. Ben did.
But I'm definitely, like, keeping a watchful eye towards her and potentially the slad, like looking at where the fire is and checking if he decides to come to us as well.
Okay.
We call a
Okay.
meeting of the court of Ferdinand's punishment. Proceed.
Okay, in that case, since you're watching, you're all in kind of like this defensive posture almost, and watching the boardwalk towards you from where, like, upon which the ivory masked woman is walking and is still backlit, very cool by this fucking huge fire. I think you could see very easily, glinting and shimmering almost in this firelight, you see this very tiny golden skinned frog run up. You see the form of what was the chieftain Helpa, which you all might be able to just understand is a disguised loud. He will call out to a couple of grung in a really shrill voice a couple of times and just put that fire out and such things, and like throw his hands around a few times, and then he'll take a couple of steps forward and kind of settle his eyes on what's happening on the boardwalk itself. He sees the ivory masked woman approaching you all. He sees you all standing there with his previous captive witch on Integrity's shoulder and like this defensive posture, and he'll call out to the ivory masked woman and say, "So you've come for her too?"
Oh, good, they know each other. Wonderful. This will make the discussion easier.
The
Or will
ivory
it?
masked
I don't
woman
know.
Oh no, it's the meaning of the
Will.
X's.
Oh my
Again.
Oh my
gosh.
god.
Y'all, not everyone is X with one another, okay? It's
Are
not
you
all
sure about
enemies to
that?
love
Everyone
lovers
is
and
X's.
enemies, okay?
You haven't explicitly said that yet.
None of the people we've said are X's have been confirmed to be not X's.
Yeah.
Therefore, they're all X's. Read my fan fiction, AO3, Trials Trebuchets, Event Horizons.
It's really good, you guys. Go read it.
The ivory masked woman will turn back and look at this small grung, his golden skin almost like a golden foil covered little chocolate frog like about to be put in the oven is the best imagery I can give to you of what this looks like.
Baked potato frog.
And she'll look his very tiny frame up and down and say, "I've never let anything stop me before, Slad.
Ooh.
Why would I stop? Why would I start failing to catch my prey now?" The Slad loud will kind of take the... How are you all reacting to this?
Ooh, you so bad.
Wonderful. Just oozing
Just like
awe.
eyes are like darting from like between the two people, like
like, ah, shit.
whenever
ah,
they
shit.
say something like
Odd-
fuck, this is I'm like tapping my finger on like my side, like Winslow, please come back.
Okay.
Oddly enough, Serenep feels very calm currently.
Excellent.
Like she's
Perfect.
I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, but she feels very confident in just delivering Ferdinand to all three of them and then leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Loud will say, still in a very shrill voice, squinting his tiny grung eyes, "She's slipperier than you give her credit for, bounty hunter!" And the ivory masked woman will turn fully at this point. And by the way, for context, still these tiny little blow darts are just bouncing off of her like cape and like rough skin, just like ping, 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 ping. Like you can hear just like from these fucking idiot little grungs sitting in the water. There's probably like 7 of them just like essentially like floating here, kicking, like treading water, shooting blow darts at her. And the ivory masked woman will say, "For someone like you, I'm sure she's pretty slippery. I'm a professional at this. Besides, I already got a tip off that she's right there," and will point full ass at Integrity. To which the Slad, his eyes
Uh-oh.
move very slowly, and you can see them staring at you, Integrity. And if you recall, you'd lied to this fellow and told them that Ferdinand was in the Mole Mountain. So that's neither here nor
Look, we found
Technically, Mira did.
I just found out now.
technically. Meanwhile, Winslow Wallaby, even though none of this is happening, you're just running through the streets of this gridded little book, looking for that other hyper-saturated door to get out. Give me a... I don't think this is a check at all. That would be no fun. I think you can just get there easily and run out of that door. There's a small little toll booth next to it, as you've previously seen. You hear your ears pop when you enter into the book, and then they pop strongly when you exit it. And you're in a very dark and drained of color pitter. You see from that lake still a very, very bright light, like that crescent lake that Celty's house is in. You still see a very bright light, like shining out of that water, and almost like the house that's like Celty's house, still that wiggling conical house in the water is still like a bright purple, and it's almost like the color didn't get sucked out of there, right? But everything else around here, the saturation has just been cranked down below even like the normal prime material plane, to the point where it's all almost like turning into shades of gray.
Someone forgot a
s-
layer.
And the snow is still falling even heavier now as you crunch and run through the snow. You might even slip a couple of times in your haste. And you can jump in that little raft and pull yourself over to Celty's front door. And you knock on the door and it will open.
3 times.
3 times, very important, and it will open. And you see Celty. She turns to you, goggles pulled down over her eyes, bright red, a big crack in one of them, and she'll say, "Do you have her?"
Well, Celti, you gotta come with me. You gotta come with me.
To the future.
We have her. We have her, but there's been some issues.
What issues?
Well, you see, we found her trapped by some grung in the Grungtown, and then we managed to get her out. But there was some creepy slad dude who was like, "You better not betray me, or I'm gonna hunt you down and kill you."
Yes.
And then we did exactly that. And
betrayed him,
now there,
of course.
And now there was a ship that like came from the sky and crashed in the
that's not important.
Grungtown.
Where is that sheep woman? I don't
Can
care.
you just come with-
I don't
can
care
you just
who
come
else
with
is
me?
involved. I care that you bring me Ferdinand right now, Winsler.
I don't think
care.
we can.
I don't care.
I don't think we can really bring
You
her
came here,
here
but you
with
didn't
the
bring her with you.
complication
What are you
because of the
doing?
people there. I'm just gonna grab her hand.
Make
and,
a persuasion check with advantage.
I just want to grab her
Actually,
hand. and
just
pull
make a
her.
persuasion check because she thinks you're being an idiot right now. No advantage.
Well, I am being an idiot, I guess, because that's a 12.
Okay. She rips her hand from yours and says, "I have my potion to finish brewing. It is your job," and she'll poke you firmly in the chest and like bad, like, and you feel like the nail like dig into you a little bit, and she'll say,
Ow.
"It is your job to bring her to me. I am not going to her. I'm not leaving my home. Okay? Am I clear, Winsler?"
I
And
guess so.
She's pulled down the glasses. The glass. She didn't pull down the goggles. The goggles have like, with the amount just that she's just shaking her head in anger, they've like fallen down her face, and you can just see her eyes glaring at you.
I will glare
Bring her
back.
to me now.
Fine. I will walk out, but not close the door.
Winsler Wallaby.
I'm in the tub.
She screeches at you as you pull yourself away.
I'm in the tub. I can't hear it. La 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 la.
Okay.
It's not my house.
Let all the bugs crawl in.
Free protein for her.
The
potions.
level of disrespect to this old woman.
Let all the snow pile in at the edge. She's like, "Oh no, I gotta clean all this up myself. Oh gosh, darn it.
In the
If only I wasn't
marsh.
such a crone."
In the marsh, I think the funniest way that I'm visualizing this is just imagining this from like, we get a small shot from like inside the Lodge of the Lost. Melon is drinking a nice cup of coffee and like sitting at a table near one of the windows, playing a nice game of solitaire. He takes a sip of his coffee and like looks up out through one of the windows and just sees Grungtown on fire, people standing on the bridge illuminated, screaming at each other, and
Oops.
notices something that I think all of you would also begin to notice. First of all, make perception checks.
Oh no.
The three of you.
Oof. 2 + 3. That is a 5.
Oh, that is an oof.
I got a
Yeah.
19.
17.
Excellent. Mira, you're very like tapping your foot, really stressed out, like, "Oh my god, what is happening? Is this gonna go bad for us?" Integrity and I almost said Mira again. Integrity and Serenepth, you feel especially you, Serenepth, I feel. I know Integrity, you rolled higher, but bear with me. Integrity and Serenepth, you feel almost this electricity in the air, and you feel a bit of light coming back into the marsh, almost. Except it's not coming from the sky or anything like that. It seems to be a lot of spherical lights swarming out of the very dark and closely packed woods nearby. You see a lot of those Willow Wisps that had enchanted Integrity and dragged her off into the marsh when you'd first entered. You remember those ones?
Yes.
You see a lot of them, almost like in a giant swarm, like a swarm of small birds that you might see flying around. You can imagine that, right? Except it's these spheres of light that just start slowly creeping out of the woods nearby you all. And as soon as they start like poking out, it starts to illuminate the actual marsh surface, and you see like these dancing lights on the water surface, and like all these these bright red grasses illuminated, and these spheres of light begin to like rush towards all of you in the same way that a bunch of grung, a small disguised slad, and the ivory masked woman also will. And I'm gonna need the three of you to roll initiative.
Oh my
Uh-oh.
gosh. So the big bad is the Willow Wisps?
Yay.
It's just all
I
bad.
kind of wish I didn't leave.
Winsler, also roll initiative to see how quick you get back.
Nat 20. Wait, you add initiative, right? 23
Yes,
then.
you add initiative.
23.
13.
We haven't done combat.
7. 5 plus 2.
Hi, I've been playing this for 2 years.
I was the one who
16.
didn't even have my character sheet up. You're fine.
Okay, so we begin with Integrity Idle Berry, the level 6 Tiefling Roguelock. For your turn, what would you like to do? Willow Wisps are approaching. The Ivory Mask Woman is approaching. Loud the Slad is approaching. Grung are approaching.
I, out of fear of like what happened earlier with the Willow Wisps, I am going to use my cantrip and
Okay.
use dancing lights.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast dancing lights against the Willow Wisps just to like distract them.
Okay. So dancing lights, to be certain, is just like, can you read that for me? That's not like a combat thing or anything. You're just trying to. You're trying to distract them by being like, look, there's another Willow Wisp that you don't know.
They'll be
there. Say
insecure.
hi to them." Is that the attempt you're trying to do?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a deception check. I guess. Against the Willow Wisp's insight.
You don't need to come over here. There's already some here. It's okay.
They're already attacking us.
I got a 12.
Okay. So, what color do you make these little dancing lights?
What color are the Willow Wisps?
Oh, I think you described them as being like aurora colored.
Okay. I'm going to make them aurora colors, but neon.
Okay, you make them
And,
neon
like,
aurora colors.
I'm better than you.
And it almost looks like these two little lights that are on strings bouncing around. None of the Will-O-Wisps seem to be fooled whatsoever, and they continue their approach with haste.
Oh, cool.
Is that everything you're doing on your turn, or do you want to run or move? Sorry.
I'm also going to. Is the Slad coming towards us or anything, or no?
The Slad is coming towards you, yes.
Oh.
In a tiny frog form.
I'm just going to prepare then. I'm
Okay,
going
just pull out a dagger.
to prepare my dagger. Yes, my squall.
Okay. On your shoulder, Ferdinand will say, if you're going to get in a fight, you could just untie me and I can help.
No. I'm gonna keep her close to
Okay.
me.
Up next is the Willow Wisps, then, who very quickly swarm you all. The 3 of you plus Ferdinand, so I guess the 4 of you. And they're just going around, and almost like some of them like push through you, almost like a little, like it's a very weird and warm feeling, like this just like warm light just shooting through your chest. It doesn't hurt you or anything as they just like go straight through, but it's a weird feeling. Similar to, if you recall, those weeks ago when that little frog spirit thing pushed through your chests and took all your pets from you.
Oh no, it's
like
happening again.
Really it's like pet arc now. It's really similar to that in sensation. They're going to use their ability of mass shock. And shock a bunch of you guys.
Rude.
Yeah.
It's gonna shock Mira 3 times because they do not like Mira.
That's fair.
And everyone else they're gonna shock once
Wait, why do they not like
Wow.
Mira?
because Mira got
Because
rid of them.
I disrupted their spell that was trying to charm you.
Right, I forgot.
Okay, so Mira does a holy shit, does a 22,
Jesus Christ.
14, and 15 hit.
All of those hit.
Okay,
Yikes.
perfect. In that case, I'm gonna need some more d8s.
No.
In that case, Mira, take 15 lightning damage.
What?
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
okay.
How does that
Cool.
do ya?
Got 21 hit points now.
Fuck.
Cool.
We're gonna die.
Imagine not giving a level up when you should have.
Guys, I hope our eulogy
Um,
is really nice.
Meanwhile, Integrity does a 12 hit.
Nope.
Serenep does a 21 hit.
Yes.
And on your shoulder, Integrity, you hear Ferdinand very loudly get zapped by one of these things. It's almost like when you touch a television, like an old tube television, it like static shocks you.
Oh,
It's
okay.
exactly like that. So Serenep, you will take 4 damage, and Ferdinand will take an amount. You don't know, but she goes,
I'm
ow!
out.
Untie me, please. I'll help. I swear I won't run away. I'll help you, please. On your shoulder, she says this. Up next, Winsler Wallaby. It's your turn.
I zoom.
You zoom. You come through the door from Pitter and are running through the paper world of this book. You see it decaying and decomposing. Are you just going to take a dash or anything else?
Dash is an action, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or is there something else you wanted to do?
I will dash.
Okay. You dash. Let's say that you make it to just before that door getting back in. But since you left the door open, you can see everything that's transpiring. You can see
Oh my God.
hundreds of these wisps just surrounding your friends on the boardwalk. And them getting like, you come as you see them getting like shocked by them. And so next turn you can run through the door and then take an action proper. Okay?
Yes.
Up next is the ivory masked woman who will menacingly and very slowly just walk towards you all. And she'll call out to you, Integrity and Mira, and say, girls, you can just hand her over to me now.
Just hang on for a couple moments. Is that okay?
It was not okay.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 15 plus 7. What is that? 22? 22.
She raises her crossbow at you and says, is there a good reason?
Well, our friend Winsler is coming back, and he's not here, and we everything is very dangerous for us.
And there's all these things flying around us. I can't see you very well. And I'm going to like swap my hand sort of like a fly. Like,
Okay.
woo.
She doesn't shoot you with her crossbow, Mira, but she shoots at you. Oh my God. These dice are going to kill someone today. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Can I try and stop it with my
You
trident?
see- she's not shooting Mira. She shoots one of these small spheres of light. It looks like it skewers like 4 of them, and then the bolt just stops dead in the air and falls into the water. And it almost looks like there was a green little like bubbling trail of the bolt as it left her crossbow. And she goes, your friend's coming back soon, right?
He should be hurrying, yes.
I'm
She
down
looks-
here.
I feel like it's difficult to read someone's expression from behind a mask, but she looks not happy, Mira.
That's fair.
Simple, easy. And next up is Serenep Cinderman. You're surrounded by wisps. You've just been yelled at by a woman in an ivory mask with tusks. Winsler's gone. Abandoned
here.
you. Oh, he's right there, actually. He's
I'm
standing-
right here.
He's standing like at the door. Like, I can't
Quit
come
telling
in
everyone I'm dead.
yet. What do you do?
How far away is everyone at this point?
Like your friends or enemies?
Main focus is enemies currently. Like the Willow Wisps are all around us. I understand that, but how far is the ivory mask and loud?
Yeah, you're in a swarm of Willow Wisps. Yes. The ivory mask woman is probably 45 feet away, and then a further like 20 feet behind her is, or I guess 50 feet behind her in Grungtown, like right at the entrance to Grungtown, is loud. And then like in the water around Grungtown is the Grung. That you don't see them making any attempts to pursue, though. They're just chilling in the water.
Serenep is going to look over to Integrity and Mira, and she says,
Mhm.
I think we should
And Ferdinand.
just tell them. Explain what's going to happen.
I think that you should actually just leave right now, immediately, emergency exit.
You
right
don't
now.
get to talk.
I think this is going to go a lot worse for you than you think.
How so?
I know these people.
They
One
all
of them is a psychopath. One of them's a psychopath who will just kill you the moment that he realizes that you lied to him. The other one's a psychopath who will drag people to hell. And if they realize that any of you belong there, they'll take you. The
Well, we
other one's
don't.
Celty. I assume you sold your souls to her, or else you wouldn't be working with her.
We did not.
Oh, okay. Well, she's a maniac who will just take it. She is not. You shouldn't trust any of these people. I know I'm not one to be trusted either, but listen, you saved me. I'm trying to save you. I'm in it for my own skin. So, untie me, and I can help, or just let's run. But I'm not really here to die today again.
Again.
If we run away, they're just going to chase us. And we all have one location that we go to that they're going to chase us to, and then other people are going to be in danger there.
I'm gonna look down and be like, Winsler? No, Salty?
No. She was very adamant that she did not want to come with.
See? Hermit, shut in. What a hag.
No matter what we do here, we're either probably going to die, or we are going to piss off someone who's going to chase after us and eventually kill us.
I say let's let them fight, and whoever wins gets to keep.
But what about Salty? She's not here.
Well,
Winsler, did you explain the situation?
She really wouldn't let me. It was literally you bring her to me.
Can we?
And that's it.
Okay. Can we draw these people back to Salty somehow in the same way that you went?
I mean, we could try.
We could, and
Okay.
then while everything is happening, maybe we can ask the people who live in Pitter to like leave in case things go bad.
So do we go through the door?
I think we need to make a decision really quickly.
How far on the bridge that we are
Come chase after us.
currently
on the
on?
bridge that you're on the boardwalk.
How
Sarah. Yeah.
far down is the door from us?
It's just literally like if you just dropped off the boardwalk, which is like 12 feet above the marsh, you could just waltz on through. Super easy. It's like right there.
Okay, Serenepth is going to
Mm-hmm.
climb down.
Okay. Super easy.
And
Give me a dexterity save.
Yep.
Just to, it's probably not going to be a big deal, but just for the sake of
okay. That is a 17.
it. Okay, yeah, no problem. You land, the mud cushions the impact, so you don't take any fall damage or anything. The door's right in front of you.
Man. Serenepth is going to look to Winsler, and she's gonna say, Can you make sure the others get through the door?
I'll do my best.
Okay, she's gonna march through the door and head towards where Salty is.
Absolutely. Your ears pop a little bit.
Mm.
Up next is it's Ferdinand's turn in the initiative. She's a bit tied up at the moment. She'll turn to you, Integrity, whose shoulder she's on, and look over at you, Mira, and say, there's another way out of this, you know? You could side with not them or anyone else and just...
Well, you won't tell us what you did, and you charmed me, so there's literally no reason to do that.
Because it was a life or death situation. It was a life or death situation.
There is zero reason that you are a person to be trusted or sided with, so...
Okay. I believe people can change, and I'm here on a journey to find myself and change. So my proposition is I'm going to go and get do some atonement and get some sanctum with the gods. You could come there with me and be safe from all of these people.
This is bullshit, right? Like she's doing bullshit. She's saying bullshit.
You're bullshit,
Can I
Ferdinand.
bullshit? Can I do a
Bullshit,
bullshit check
You can do an
on this
insight check.
on this
Yeah,
bullshit
absolutely.
woman's bullshit? Okay, that's 17 plus 3. Oh, that's a non-natural 20.
Okay. Cool. Okay. The part that she says about oh, people can change, that's kind of she's lying through her, out through her teeth. The rest of it, that come with me and do atonement and hide with the gods, that seems factual. That seems like an honest truth. Probably the first one that she's straight up told you thus far, other than oh, I charmed you, yeah. Other than that, everything's mostly been lies, dude.
I'm gonna turn to my friends, particularly Integrity because she's right there, and be like, the god part seems legit.
I think this is very enticing to Integrity because of the whole thing with the with progenitor, just to be safe with a god who is probably higher in power than the progenitor. That's sort of enticing to Integrity. So I'm going to probe a little bit more. So this asking solace from the gods, how does this work?
Oh, well, we'll just take a little hike on over to the little loft where all the elders hang out and where Isithil's personal domain, and just say, oh, please let us in and let us atone for our sins against Isithil, and we'll all just go in and atone and be safe. And she'll give you a charming smile. There's Ava Redding on your shoulder, Integrity, covered in mud, tied up, gives you a charming smile when she says this.
I don't buy it.
Where is it?
Don't you have a map?
Well, I can't really pull out a map right now. We're in the middle of something.
Well, let's get out of here. Get me out of here. I'm on your shoulder. Get me out of here. Or untie me at the very least, and I can help.
When she says that, like, get me out of here. Well,
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna go through the door then.
Okay. So up next is really Mira's turn.
Yeah, so I think that like I'm backing up just because I want to sort
Mhm.
of get away from this whole situation, whether that's drawing everybody into one location or getting us out. I think that I'm kind of like looking around from enemy to enemy as I'm like backing up, and my grip just tightens around my lyre, and I strum a
Okay.
series of notes that are designed to like pump up my friends and make them focus. Imagine like video game fight music on a lyre, and I'm going to use a feature that I've never used because usually it seems like it kind of sucks, but it might be useful here.
Ooh.
Called Counter Charm, in which I can construct a
Ooh.
performance lasting 1 turn, and me and all of my allies within 30 feet are going to have advantage against being frightened or charmed.
That's all your allies right now.
Yeah.
Is Ferdinand your ally right now?
No.
Non-disclosed.
Okay. Cool. So you play this awesome pump up music. It kind of like echoes throughout this marsh, like the crackling of fire underneath. It's just very thematically appropriate, I think. And all of you feel emboldened and as if frightening and charming is out of the question right now.
Can we actually put actual music in this part? That would be so funny.
And is that it? Or are you gonna jump off into the door?
Yes, I will.
Okay. You slide off, make a dexterity saving throw. Of course, as you
Oh.
must do.
She busts her leg. Oh, no.
3 + 5, that's an 8.
Oh, okay. Mira lands in the. Okay, Serenep and Winsler, you're in the door on like the same level as the marsh, and you see Mira play this awesome, awesome song, and then like baseball slide off the boardwalk, and she just slops into the mud of this marsh, and like she just hits the place where both of you landed, which has already been like loosened earth, and just like a lawn dart just shoots on through it to the point where it just like you're up to your waist in just hard mud and stuck now, and you just feel like all the moisture pouring into like your shoes and pants and stuff.
This is why we don't crowd surf.
You are yeah, you can make a strength check on your turn to try to wiggle out of there, and if your friends want to help you, you'll get advantage on that.
I would appreciate some help from my friends.
After you help them out, and
Man,
they
it
just
would be
abandon you.
really great if one of my friends could help me.
All right, Integrity as the only remaining person on this boardwalk who hasn't tried to go through the door yet. You're holding Ferdinand. You can hear her like nervously groaning in your ear, and you see walking down the boardwalk as it is Loud's turn. You see him walking, and as he walks, he turns back from this tiny, pathetic little golden grung form, the form of Helpa, the former chieftain of the grung, and he turns back into his full, like, large, like, humanoid toad form, and he looks at you. You see these dark eyes squinting at you with just, like, you feel a fury. Like, there's a heat radiating from this large bonfire, Integrity.
Yes.
But it's almost it's very easy to like convince yourself that it could just be coming from the weight of this toad's gaze upon you as he just glares at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you will hear him yell over all of this noise. I think some of the reverberation of Mira's song still plays out in the marsh as it like bounces off the trees and echoes around. And you'll hear him yell out at you, Integrity, and he'll say, "Give her to me right now, or I will chase you across every single plane of existence and kill you too." And he'll hold out his hand, and a large sword that you've seen before that was sitting in the fire of the chieftain's hut will fly out, probably smash through a couple of the burning buildings in Grungtown, and he points it towards the two of you, and this large, wide, rusted sword will just fly at you,
Ugh.
and it attempts to cut you.
I'm going to kill you and then kill you again.
Kill me through tetanus.
Luckily, he rolled a 5, so it just goes flying past your head at an incredible speed and just lands. You can hear it with like a wet smack lands in somewhere in the marsh in the darkness, and he continues to approach angrily.
Can I do something?
Yeah, it's back around to your turn perfectly.
Well, I really think that the three of you who want her right now need to discuss this, and then I'm going to jump down.
The Ivory Masked Woman says, "Wait!" And then the Loud says, "Warlock, come back here!" As Integrity jumps off. Integrity, make a dexterity saving throw, please. With disadvantage, because you have a person on your shoulder.
Well, wouldn't there be an advantage? Oh, never mind. Ignore
No.
me.
No, there wouldn't be.
Sorry. Dexterity?
Dexterity saving throw, please. Yes.
Okay, so 12 plus 6, so that's 18, or
You take the lower one.
14.
Oh, okay. Integrity
Uh-oh.
lands with sure footing and like gets pushed down a little bit just because the extra weight of Ferdinand on her shoulder. But you can stand easily. You sank like a couple inches into the mud and can easily just walk through the door if you'd like. Your friend is still, Mira is still just like half submerged in mud and sinking a little bit. So what do you all do? We're kind of ostensibly out of combat right in this moment, and we can go into a bit more narrative stuff. What's up, Serenep?
Serenep's gonna walk over to Mira, say, "Ready for another hug?" And she's gonna bring her arms down around her and pull her up.
Excellent. Give me an athletics check, both of you.
Sure.
10 plus, what is my athletics score? 14.
Holy shit.
4 in athletics?
I am proficient in it.
Expertise.
19.
Shit. Jock Mira?
Holy shit.
Jock Mira?
Mira.
You got a
Did y'all not know I'm
19?
proficient in
A
athletics?
got a
position,
19.
Wow.
So a 19
How did
and a
Dallas not
14.
I got an 18
swoon
plus
you?
1.
You both combined can easily pull Mira out of this mud with enough force that you like almost pull yourselves like Serenep, you like wrap your arms around her in like a big like almost bear hug and like pull her up like you're pulling a turnip out of the ground and like almost fall back through the door together.
Whee.
And
Thanks.
Integrity you can
Yeah, no
hop on
problem.
through as well. You see a couple Willow Wisps start to funnel in through the
I
door.
would like to set the door on fire.
Are you gonna close it?
I thought we were leaving the
Yes,
door so
I'm
that
going
they
to
could
close
come
it
with us.
and then set the door on fire.
Winsler slams the door.
Create bonfire.
Oh god.
And is going to create bonfire on the door.
Fun.
Roll damage. Roll your damage.
How much
not
damage?
As you
Shoot.
light. So to put it in perspective, Winsler, you're inside of this book world right now. You're looking at a paper door, and you are gonna light it on fire.
Yes.
This is
Okay,
not
perfect.
going to
You
go well.
Slam this paper door. Roll damage on create bonfire, please.
I mean, the Ivory Masked Woman.
Ew,
knows
that was a
where we
9.
are, so
Okay, 9, and paper is vulnerable, so it is an 18. The door erupts into flames and quickly crumples to ash, leaving just nothing where it was. And the fire continues to spread quite a bit.
Let's speed on quickly.
Let's put the fire out because we are inside of the book.
True. True.
Responsible.
I'm going to blow on the fire. I don't know
the fire grows a little bit bigger and faster.
100%. We probably have like canteens with us with water in them.
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
for
They're
our
attached to
travels and
bags.
everything. So Serenep's gonna. How big is the fire? Like how? Jeez, wide like square radius.
It's decently like imagine a like a normal sized door,
Mhm.
and it's like burning out from that the same way like a piece of paper might burn.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I'm just
I'm gonna
staring. I'm
continue
staring at
blowing.
my bedroom door, imagining it on fire right now. Sorry.
All of you are like in problem solving mode as you see Integrity holding Ferdinand still on her shoulder approach the fire and just like blow and add air to the fire.
Integrity!
It grows faster
Given
and
that
faster.
this fire came from a spell, would counterspell put the fire out?
It's not. Is it magical fire, Ben? Because bonfire itself is magical, but it can set other things on
Until
fire.
the spell ends, the bonfire fills a 5-foot cube.
Mm-hmm.
Can you
Okay.
cancel the spell?
Yeah, it's concentration.
Okay, stop concentrating on the fire then.
But I don't think
I'm gonna say that the bonfire itself could be canceled by like a dispel magic or counterspell, but the little like remnant fire, if Winslow was to stop concentrating, would remain, which is the case here, I assume. I don't assume Windsor made the bonfire and was like, problem solved, let's move on, folks.
Serenept is going to open her canteen and just sort of like
Okay.
do like a circular rotation
pour
around
water.
like that space.
you have
try
Ray
and
of
pour it
Frost
out.
though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Give me a second. Yeah, I'll use Ray of
You love the
Frost.
frost.
I was about to say this would be a non-issue if I actually prepared create and destroy water.
Okay, so
Doesn't Integrity have fucking shape water too?
Yeah, but
You
I
guys-
need water
yeah.
to shape the water.
Yeah, you need water.
I
to
have a
make that
canteen with
spell.
water in it.
You guys have canteens with water in it. This was established.
Ah!
You goobers.
Ah!
No, but at
Uh,
this point, I'm like in my head, like because
All right,
you know
fair
when
enough.
with candles on a birthday you
fair
blow
enough.
fire.
I'm gonna talk to someone responsible right now. Serenep, do you want to use Ray of Frost?
She's going to use Ray of Frost, but she's going to proper word transmute it into water, like a proper
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
water
that would be
jet
the
kind
proper
of
word.
thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's
Just a
gonna-
little water gun out of your finger. Oh yes. Yeah. Just give me an Arcana. Just if that happens. Let's just say that happens.
Can
'cause
I just
that's
say,
awesome.
is it canon that whenever Serenep casts a spell, she does the finger guns? Is this just a thing now?
That's what I always imagine in my
Perfect.
head. So maybe. All right. So the fire is put out. Everything is fine. Emergency averted. Ferdinand on Integrity's shoulder goes, "Oof, good job, everyone. Great teamwork. Really good, cohesive unit you are."
I'm gonna look to Winslow and say, which way is Salty?
And we're gonna stay like a cohesive unit, and we're gonna go this way.
Okay.
You're still bringing me to Celti?
Oh, we're bringing you to all three of them.
I mean, if we weren't doing this, then we probably would have stayed. Maybe.
Yeah.
Ferdinand
Well,
will look
maybe.
at you.
Windsor. She said this when you weren't here, but apparently there's something about being able to like have a sanctuary with the gods for a minute, and I honestly wonder if just because there are all these really strong things looking for us, like that might actually be an okay idea.
Probably.
But
She
would that
nods
even
vigorously.
protect us once we're outside of Isithil? Like when we go back to
I'm not sure.
Wildcliff? Like,
But if it's literally gods, then they're powerful in
If-
all the planes. I don't really know though.
You could just pray to Isithil, and they'll be kind enough if you're gracious to. Like, if you atone for something, I'm sure they'd be gracious enough to extend protections to you for a short duration.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if the gods of Isithil really like me. So,
I think there's only one god in Isithil.
Isithil.
well,
Isithil.
The rest are pushovers. Don't worry about them.
The rest are pushovers.
Yeah. Nah, they're the worst.
okay, cool.
So if we do that, then what do we do regarding Celti?
Oh, you could just ignore her.
But Salty,
I don't know if I can ignore her because we've been kind of doing a lot of stuff, and
Windsor,
this
why
was-
didn't she come with you?
She's a
She
old crone.
apparently the part of the deal was she wanted me to bring Ferdinand to her, and she didn't want to go to Ferdinand. Essentially,
Doesn't do the legwork herself.
hey, hear me out. If I were to yell at Salty, what are the chances I'll get killed?
probably likely because she was very angry when I went to go see her. So angry that
might
I
be
left
worth it.
in a fit of spite and left her door open.
Oh, fun. Okay, so
That's a big diss in her books.
That'll teach her,
You might have just blacklisted yourself, in fact.
probably.
Ferdinand will say and wink at you. Ava Redding winks at you from Integrity's shoulder.
Oh, speaking of Ferdinand, do you know how
so-
to make bags into bags of holding?
Oh my god.
You ask her this on your shoulder?
Well, okay, so they're like currently discussing what what needs to be done, and obviously
Okay.
I'm interested in this, but I'm also generally curious because I look down and I look down on my belly area and I see that the Guy Fieri
Yes.
bag is still there, and I'm just like, huh.
The one that you had gotten for free from Celti just
Yes.
moments ago, which you forced me to retcon into being a fanny pack.
Yes.
a Hot Wheels flame Guy Fieri-esque fanny pack.
Yes.
You stare at it on your waist and you ask Ferdinand, can you make this into a bag of holding?
Yes. While they're discussing all those things.
She'll look at you and say, we could cut a deal. If you put me down, untie me.
Oh, look, another
Give
deal.
me some trust. You can still keep the rope tied around my waist to your waist, so we're like buddy system. But if you just untied me, and because if you recall, she's literally like almost mummy wrapped, tied up with rope, right? She can like wiggle her feet and like move her head, and that's it. Like caterpillar in a chrysalis.
How do we know that you're not going to turn into a beaver?
I won't. I wouldn't enjoy that. I don't
Or
think.
into a squirrel, or into a snake.
I don't like
or
being. I don't like skin changing with animals. So you're very safe on that one.
I heard other things. I whisper.
Oh, from Celty.
Yeah. I
She
guess
would
she
say such things.
She just called you a sheep last time I talked to her.
She's a fishwife, so.
Oh.
Also,
shit.
just because you don't like to do something doesn't mean you won't do it for survival.
All right. You four are the only people who aren't actively trying to drag me to the afterlife or kill me right now. So I'll just make a promise to you that if you get me to a sanctuary of some sort, I'll just stay peaceful until then. If you untie me. If you don't untie me, I'm gonna wriggle and squirm, obviously.
It doesn't really bother me that much.
Please.
Look, the
Trust
thing
goes
is,
a
I don't
long
think
way.
any of us care what happens to you because you kind of seem like the worst and you still won't tell us why everyone wants to kill you, which is very suspicious. I think what's more important to all of us right now is that we will be fine.
Oh.
So how safe
We have a
do you realistically think that we will end up being if we end up in this sanctuary plane? Because I feel like once we leave it, these things are just going to come after us again.
Well, we could stay there and just figure everything out like adults, right?
Well,
Because if we're there and we invite all of our wonderful friends who are chasing all of us to kill us there,
Ooh.
we could just have a little meeting and come to an agreement, come to an arrangement.
Ben
I could
has
show them
idea.
I mean,
that I'm a
that-
changed woman. You can show them that you're not actually liars.
that is sort of what our plan was already, but it would be nice to have a guaranteed, like,
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a really good
protection.
point, unfortunately.
Like a neutral zone.
I have an idea.
Oh,
And what
Winslow?
happens if they try to hurt us? Oh, sorry.
Oh, I assume if they tried to hurt us while we're there, they'd just be smited immediately.
That's what
Right.
the past tense of smite is.
Smote.
Smoked.
Smitten?
Oh, I like
Smitten. I don't think they would fall in love.
Next up on Battleships.
All right, we'll do it.
Oh, you'll untie me? If you untie me, I'll tell you why they want me.
And you'll take
And
us
she
to
raises her eyebrows
the,
at that.
Ooh.
the sanctuary?
Oh, yeah. You have a map, right?
We'll do the buddy
Okay.
system.
We'll do the buddy system. Awesome.
We'll go.
we
We'll
can
go
all
with
tie
you.
each other together, even.
No.
Oh,
Like
okay.
that just end up
Okay.
being a
That was
circle, and
just
then
a
we're not
suggestion.
going to get anywhere.
We'll do the buddy system. We're gonna get our way to the sanctuary. Who do hickey?
Doohickey. Loft of
We'll-
Elders.
We'll untie you.
Mm-hmm. Untie me
You
now.
let
Not
it-
completely.
and then-
Yeah, you'll tell us why they want you.
Yeah, we can talk
And
and,
then
walk, walk and talk.
We'll go in the sanctuary. We'll
Yeah.
be safe for a little bit. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. I'll
for
make your
however
bag
long
into
that
a
might
fancier
take.
bag. She like gestures at you, Integrity. I'll make your bag into a fancy bag if you want. If it'll make you like me.
We'll do it.
No catch.
I mean, I don't think we're the kind of people who do catches.
Next time we
There's always been a catch with everybody else we make a deal with.
Do you have a catch?
I am a catch. And
Oh
she'll
my
smile
God.
charmingly
Oh
at
my
you.
god.
And we
But you're not a fish.
We
She's
We
every
leave the-
animal except a fish.
Hey guys,
leave
then we
the
go
four
on a
of you.
field trip. Can we like ask if we can't go to Isabel? Like, I'm just
Can we not go here again?
let's go
Let's
somewhere
just not
else.
do any research. Can
We should
just do,
invite
like,
we should invite the moles to the summit too so we can pay them all talk.
That's true as
Oh
well.
my god.
So, as you all have this discussion about fish and moles, and we shouldn't go on any more Isabel field trips. This sucks. We kind of fade out on the five of you walking, and we're gonna zoom on over to another place for a moment, for a nice
Artis.
little dramatic
Artis.
moment.
Is it Artis?
We see
I was just crying with Ari.
Artis.
A-
Artis.
very scared looking
Oh, it's Artis.
man
Yeah.
grasping and running and slipping up a tall slope It's the same one that you, Sereneph, and Winsler, when you had descended from that greenhouse elevator almost, and then you'd taken that left door in to talk to Ari, and there was that large slope going down into the mountain, into the depths, where you saw many eyes and heard running water. We see Artis running up that, scrambling. It looks like he's terrified for who knows what reason. And he's holding under his left arm a small steel scale that belongs to Winsler. He seems to have grabbed it, and he's just running and running, and he reaches almost the top of it, and he slips and trips on the ground. He sprawls out. He drops the scale. It goes sliding across this slick stone floor, and his hair's like a mess. He typically keeps it back in a ponytail, but in his like haste, it almost seems like it's starting to come undone. Not a very good hairstyle for dangerous events. And he reaches out a hand almost as if he's going to pick the scale up, and then you see it shaky, and he kind of decides better and just tries to rush onwards. I need you all to roll me D100.
Oh God!
No!
I hate D100.
No!
Luke.
Don't make us do
I have to ask,
this.
are you gonna make me cry? Are you gonna make me cry on a
46.
podcast?
You
my
better not
fucking
kill Artis, or
God.
we will riot.
I don't know if this is good or not.
Either. This is bad. Oh yeah, we should probably invite him to
What'd you
the
get?
summit as well.
So 46 from Sarah. Ben,
I got 86.
I want to tell y'all. Okay, I'll tell y'all after. Sam, what did you
Oh
get?
God!
Got a 90.
Oh!
I'm scared.
Integrity?
I
Or
got
sorry, Carla. Not
Oh.
integrity. Carla.
I got an 88.
Oh my god!
I'm
good or
hoping this
No.
is the percentage chance that he lives, and we all just kind of mix it
Yeah, like
together.
the
Oh,
numbers
no.
are all added up, and a higher number means a better result.
There was-
for
He has a
Our
10%
dad.
chance.
There was
That's gonna be
4
okay.
options here.
4. And we took the one less traveled by, which means Artis lives and
Artis
nothing
lives.
happens.
Artis lives. Artis is
Artis-
fine.
He writes a book of
Everything's okay.
poetry after
Luke,
he
Artis
if
is good.
Artis
It's fine.
dies,
Artis
if
is okay.
Artis dies,
Please. Please.
If Artis
Well,
dies,
wha-
I'm gonna
we
legit
retire.
cry.
We quit.
People's stocks are gonna go.
I'm
way
gonna
down.
actually
Don't you
cry. I'm saying that
fucking
now.
dare.
There was 4 options.
Okay.
The lowest was the best.
I fucking knew it. I knew it.
Artis runs up this slope and is just clamoring, and like he's running so fast that like the soles of his shoes can't get enough grip. He seems like he's running for his life. And coming from down the slope in the darkness, you hear a whispering voice that says, almost in a tone of someone calling you to come see what they're looking at. It says, "Come to us, Artesian, so that we might discover a motivation for you." As Artis crawls and runs up this slope, he runs past these 2 doors, the one where Ari was and the one where an unknown thing is. And there's a large stone wall in front of him where the elevator ought to be. And it's moving down. Standing on the platform,
Uh-oh.
we see
Fuck.
very well lit or dramatically lit by a lantern in their hands,
Fucking
a-
saltine.
sunken-eyed man. He has the smallest wisps of facial hair, this almost blonde facial hair, the kind that someone would get if they were not to shave, like a human would get if they weren't to shave for like a day or something, like this kind of wispy peach fuzz. But as they are an
Amazing.
elf, it seems like the effort of quite a few weeks
Oh,
long.
I knew it.
no.
They have this long, swishy blonde
No.
hair.
God damn it! Can people
And
stop
Altine
kidnapping our mentor?
Altine seems to be standing here, and he'll say, "Now what are you up to, Artesian?" And Artis, with almost like tears in his eyes, sweat dripping down his face, his hair coming disheveled, will say, with fear in his voice, "Now is not the time." And he'll pull out a wand, and he and Altine will turn to face whatever's coming up that slope. But that's not for you to know.
Mm.
And that's where we'll end our
God.
episode.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
No!
Carla, can you do an outro?
Okay.
You okay?
Thank you everyone for listening to today's episode. We hope that you all enjoyed it. So please leave a rating and a review on our iTunes. It really means a lot to us to find out what is going on in your heads, and it's just super great. Please share us to the world because we love sharing to the world. We also have an Instagram and a Twitter at Trials and Trebs where you can see a bunch of cool art, get cool teasers every Tuesday before the episode comes out on Wednesdays. If you didn't know that the episode comes out on Wednesdays, then it comes out on Wednesdays. And last, we have a Patreon. And with our Patreon, we can sustain the podcast sometimes, often.
All the
and
times.
It helps ease us.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
There's only here, I can take this because I've been thinking about it a lot recently. There's a lot of things that we want to do with this show, I think, and I at least am at my capacity for the amount of time that I can put into this, for the amount of like it's just a lot of time and effort to make it the way it is. And there's more stuff that we want to be able to do, and donating to the Patreon kind of lets us free up time and resources to be able to do those things that we want to do, like making table talk shows or making other cooler things and making more bonus episodes and making more specials and just generally investing more time into the show and making it something more pleasant and more fun, more exciting, more interesting to listen to. So if you have the means to, supporting us on Patreon is amazing, and we can't ever thank you enough for doing so. And that's it. We'll see you next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.